From what I'm seeing, they are ready to go. They are ready to rev and rave and beat those pans and show the folks in St. Kitts what pan is all about. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tricks, just like a DJ scratching and cutting. And am I correct? Am I going good so far?
You're going there. You're on that.
That sounds like something that's going to be happening.
Yes.
Because I got to make sure everybody's all excited out there who wants to see what's happening there on Sunday. I'm going to go to the man himself who knows what's going to be happening.
Yeah. So, Ronnie, we're back again. Basically, to put on the polish on our media campaign for the Soul of My Pan, from the Soul of My Pan concert coming up on Sunday. Since we've been here the last time, the tickets have skyrocketed. Persons really jumped on board, saw the vision, and really got excited about the steel pan. I got excited about the arts and all the things that we mentioned that will be on the show. Today, I'm grateful, honored to be among some gentlemen. I would allow them to introduce themselves. Not just name, but a bit of what they do and all about. So I'll allow them to start.
From, of course.
Sure. Good afternoon, St. Kitts and Nevis. My name is Can Cordis. I am from Antigua and Barbuda. I'm just next door. By day, I am Director of Culture in Antigua. But by everything else, I am very much a composer, arranger, performer, and a lover of the arts generally. This coming Sunday, May 18th, we're looking forward to a grand show with the EBJ Harmonics and my friends here, Juvan and Andre, who will introduce themselves later. But we're definitely looking forward to celebrating that night with the other panist musicians and creatives on from St. Kitts and Nevis as well. I know for sure, for me it will be a grand time. This is my second time in St. Kitts. I don't remember much of my first time. It was quite a long time.
Sounds like you had some of that good St. Kitts wine.
Wine with an H or without?
Both of them.
Right. But yes, we're looking forward to it. I'll join in the discussion a little later.
All right. Yeah, man. My name is Devon Stewart. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. I am a steel pan arranger, composer, performer, clinician, masterclass coordinator, you name it. I've been in the game for about 41 years.
Wow.
Toured extensively, performed extensively, and coming to St. Kitts is my fourth time being here. There's been a individual that came from the birth of which part this instrument was founded and created and invented. It's really an honor and privilege to spread the gospel of the art form to the wider Caribbean region and to the world, because from when we understand that this event is going to be something of a pay-per-view event, so that the caliber of individuals and virtuosos that we have present here today in Can Cordis and Andrew White out of the US, and Can Cordis, who just mentioned from Antigua and Barbuda, me from Trinidad and Tobago, Devon Stewart, it's just a showcase of what we want to give back to the steel pan community in the Caribbean region, and to make them be aware that what was placed before by the grand virtues and leaders in the game, and we have to always make mention of the guys that paved the way and opened that door for us to be which pathways, like the Dr. Len Boosie Sharp, the Dr. Ray Hallman, and some of the educators and steel pan players out in St. Kitts too, because at the end of the day, I understand there's a good project happening here, a good foundation of a project happening in the school system. The panorama is blossoming. More community bands is coming out. So we being out there flying the flag for steel pan music, we are being seen as global entities and global tools. So to come to the St. Kitts and Nevis now, we are coming. We represent ourselves as brand ambassadors, and to bring that music and that camaraderie and that love amongst people, to see us in person, to come to the ECCB auditorium on Sunday, get your tickets. Go and get the tickets. The online, I understand the online is sold out.
The
physical is done. The online is still available, because it's an event to look forward for, an event to come out and support, because in steel pan I trust, and I believe all the brothers in here believe in the same thing too. And we're doing it for the soul of for the pan.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Well, I don't think it's any more for me to say.
You're cheating, man.
Yeah, Duvon done said everything. But my name is Andrew White. Hello, St. Kitts. Thank you guys for having me out of the US. Yeah, representing the Caribbean as a whole today, not just one, but with special mention to Trinidad, the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, steel pan. Yeah, I'm here to just, as Duvon and Khan said, share the gospel of pan, share what the instrument has to offer, bring it in a way that showcases the instrument in a professional light. I'm not just a performer, I'm a composer, I'm an arranger, and educator as well. I just came off of I was joking with these guys with this. I was in St. Kitts last week, but I just didn't get off the plane. I was in transit. So I was in Dominica and I was in St. Lucia and I was in Antigua earlier this month. So, I travel the world doing this, and I just want to bring my talents to St. Kitts and just show people, and especially the youths, that with this instrument, it could take you places that you can't even dream.
Facts.
And show that the instrument is capable of the respect and is due the respect of any other instrument or any other artist there is. Right? So once again, thank you, St. Kitts. Hopefully see everybody on Sunday. What time Sunday?
Well, from 5:30.
5:30.
Yeah.
Hopefully they pick me up and I'll be there too.
Right? Pick us up.
Thank you.
He might have to walk. Yeah, he done enjoying the scenery. So
I can see that. Yeah. I'm gonna start with you, Mr. White.
Sure.
Living in the States, you say, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the pan scene is like? What county you're on actually?
So I'll explain my upbringing. So, in pan, there's like the forefathers. And you would say like those guys are like Clive Brad. I mean, there were guys before these guys, but these are the guys that kind of really put pan in the elements it is now and gave us the right stepping stool to reach where we are today. And those guys are like Clive Bradley, Lem Bugsy Sharp, Ken Professor Fillmore, Robbie Greenwich, and those guys at a certain point of their careers were living in the States by part New York, as most Caribbean people do.
Correct.
They go to New York, they go and live in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Even Duvon's family at certain points, they all live in Brooklyn. I'm sure most of us have family in New York, right? So that's where I would have got my introduction to these gentlemen. And, obviously, eventually I started to, travel down to Trinidad, even outside of Carnival, to go and be a part of the culture and learn what it is to be a part. And just my experiences of meeting these gentlemen and being able to witness their craft in person, like, changed my life tremendously, you know what I mean? And kind of put me in an element to take this instrument and succeed past whatever I could have ever dreamed. You know what I mean? If you'd asked me when I was 12, I would have been in this chair today, I'd have probably laughed. You know what I mean? And say, nah, you smoking something too hard, right?
Pan change that.
Exactly, pan change that. So, New York pan, they at a certain point, they used to say New York was the second mecca of the instrument, because right after Trinidad Carnival, everybody used to go to New York for Labor Day.
Okay, yeah, that's fact.
Everybody. So, I had a very well-rounded experience with pan in New York. Shout out to all the Brooklyn teams, all the Brooklyn pan players, all the New York pan players. But yeah, that's my experience with pan.
Okay. My brother said he's in it for 40 years.
41. Yeah, man.
Wow, that's a
old
long time.
I'm a young dude still, man.
But you don't look that way. you don't look 40ish.
He's 42.
It look like you've been doing 40 years of pan playing. You started to play what? You 3 years? All right.
I had a very, very good time coming from the Mecca. Tobago was the island I was born in. It's a 12-island state, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, the instrument was created and invented there. Yeah. And the wealth of knowledge and history that was given to me, and the stories that came to me at the point in time of age 8, age 9, when I really started to play pan, it wasn't something that was encouraging to make somebody become that go-getter to pursue this career.
Yeah.
But through the passage of time, the instrument has become a healing tool. The instrument has become a tool to spread happiness. And I just always tell myself, God bless every human being on the place on earth with a gift. And we have to really try and find that gift internally within ourselves. Steel pan was the answer for me. Being in the Mecca, being around the guys that placed that platform, that I had the opportunity to listen, and sometimes back in the day had the vision of seeing them 2020, to see the story, to see the things that they were doing, to see the boundaries that they were creating, opening doors to many. Sometimes you hear guys play with Jimmy Buffett. Sometimes you hear guys play with Duke Ellington. Sometimes you hear guys play with Paquito de Rivera. And these kind of stories that we hear, Jaco Pastores, Max Roach, yeah. And when we hear these stories and we see the guys that did it, it was just an added encouragement for new generation to come out and to flourish within that space. Yet still, I always try to make people understand music is a mission, it's not a competition. Yeah. And whilst being in this fraternity, we always try to preach that love and camaraderie amongst ourselves, because we never ever had the opportunity to say, well, next 10, 15, 20 years down the road, where will I be? How will I be? I'll never know I will have been in a seat like this, being ushered by two great virtuosos in Pan today, Andrew White, Can Quarters. We met through the space where we compete. But at the end of the day, when we flip that competitive mindset, we saw ourselves as creative individuals in the space.
Well, let me stop you for a second. I didn't meet one competer, huh? I met him. He
on
was
our pavement. We met on the pavement. Back in the day, I used to play pan with Bungie Garland, and I just came from a fete, and they tell me, yo, this man on Charlotte Street, he say bad. I say, who's he? See who he? I said, like, I want to see who's that man. They show me the Rasta man. I said, what?
I didn't have a Rasta.
The fro. So I went to the back of my car, pull out the pan, and I spin it to the ground, and I started to play. Watch man, he started to laugh. And he ain't do nothing. And then afterwards, click.
Yeah.
We click. We click from that way down.
That's the best way, man.
And that's how we connect ourselves with this instrument. This instrument is so infectious.
As you say, music is a mission.
Music is a mission for us, another competition. You know, one good thing about steel pan music, when it hits you, you feel no pain.
I know some guys that would argue that, you know.
That was saying.
Back in the days, men used to get licks for it now. But now,
that is true.
Yeah. But
Blakey and them boys sing about that.
Exactly.
The clash, but to be here in St. Kitts, you know, St. Kitts is not really understanding what we are bringing to the table here. So I urge the public, come out in your numbers and see Pan in its bliss and glory, in its full potential, where virtuosos of the day are here to showcase and continue that legacy and that story of having the Pan staple as a branded global instrument to the world.
Good, right. This is something I would like to see around our carnival time, because around our carnival time, people's minds are really open, and these guys have a really, really awesome Pan competition happening here in St. Kitts right now. And one of the things that I've seen, because at one time Pan was kind of dying. I don't know if it was ever happening in Trinidad, but what I've seen is that the Pan is not more now just playing Pan. It's more of an entertainment. It's players showing the tricks, just like DJs, you know, change the ideology of just standing up behind the turntable and doing.
But the tricks we're talking about. It have the ones who will come and do the gimmick tricks. I'd have the ones who will come and do the vocabulary tricks. The vocabulary tricks as the hard-hitting steel pan players that in the game. Yeah. You're watching 3 of the hitters right here.
That's
now.
What I'm talking about.
In that trick space. And four.
But I also want to advise something differently, because I think what you're going to get on Sunday is another side of the instrument, right? So I mean, there's carnival, and what happens even in Antigua, a lot of people when they see steel pan, they think of it as panorama related. I mean, this event, I'm pretty sure this is the mindset, is to show people that there's another side. There's a different approach to the instrument. So yes, it can be carnival, jump up, the tricks, the gimmicks, but it also can be in this black tie, event, jazz, neo soul, that type of vibe. So it's just to take it out of the traditional, jump up, jump and wave, that kind of thing, and you come, you sit down, and maybe you might even get a little dancing as well, on the night. But it's to give you something different.
Yeah. When he said different, these two guys are two great composers. So when they come to the show, you're hearing original, fresh music in the show. Fresh new music, fresh thing on the island, on the Sweet Sugar Island.
Looking forward to that for sure.
Man.
Looking forward to that. I'm aware of a lot of stuff that is being played on pan. Some of it almost unbelievable. Because for me, I don't even know how the pan work. I just like to see it.
You can come up on stage on Sunday.
I watch it.
Going to be there.
He should. Well, he's a part of that thing that's happening on Sunday too.
Oh,
very,
so it's the whole of sinking.
So
it is what, right?
I'm crying. I'm crying because you know how serious I be about what's happening right now, right? And I'm one of the person who love pan. I love to see it played. I love to see the performance. I love to be amazed as what you could do with 2 sticks and a pan with some bumpy things and
bumpy things.
Yeah. I want to make it as simple as, because that's how people view it, right?
Yeah.
A steel pan.
If I can jump in here, and I think Andrew was mentioning that, well, not specifically, but sort of generally, when he mentioned about, how we look at the instrument. I mean, it's strange. I mean, this instrument, I always say it's a Caribbean instrument. Yes, it would have originated in Trinidad and Tobago, but it would have made its way up the islands very, very early. I mean, in Antigua in the 1940s. I'm not sure when you guys started.
So around the same time.
Right? And that's because of what was happening at the particular point in time. A lot of the Caribbean men used to travel across the Caribbean to be law enforcement. They went to training. In Antigua, they went down to Trinidad to be a part of the police force there. And, that's where they learned about the instrument, brought it back to Antigua. So, I mean, when you look at the instrument, I know you were just, using an adjective, bumpy. But, I mean, for us, when we look at the violin, we look at a piano, we don't say it's a piece of wood or some strings.
Definitely.
It is an instrument, and that is what it is. So what we do, I mean, and this is, these guys here, they tour very much more often than I do. But I know in all of the capacities, we try to make sure people understand that it is an instrument just like any other. I mean, it has its benefits in some settings. There's some deficiencies in other settings. And that's the same thing with many other instruments. We benefit from not having to be plugged in, 9 out of 10 times.
Which I'm seeing some stuff coming up lately.
Right.
So they're trying to emulate pan.
Which is fine. I mean, it's one of the innovations of the instrument. Nothing can take away from the authentic, original instrument itself. Because nobody criticizes a keyboard for being a keyboard. Right. It serves its purpose when it needs to be, when it needs to be there. So this instrument here, we want people to understand, not just on Sunday, but you'll see it on Sunday, that, I mean, it's an instrument just like any other. I mean, it can be main stage like any other instrument or any vocalist. I mean, so you see these guys here, and not just, Andrew and Duvon and myself, but even, your cats here from St. Kitts. And Nevis too, I think.
Yes.
I saw Paris on there.
Yeah, Paris.
You're going to be seeing these musicians in their persona as an artist, right? The same way you have your vocal artists, your saxophonists, them kind of things. So it's for us to appreciate them that way, and not just appreciate them, but appreciate the music that they bring to the table, or the creativity that they bring to the table.
Yeah.
As we say here, we're going to make the pan talk.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let me ask a question. Your skill set, of course, composer and arranger and that kind of thing. How do you know, let's say a pan drop, how do you know if it's kind of knocked out of chord or key or tune, whatever you...
Immediately. Yeah, because
So who would go? You go and you tune it?
No,
tune your
I
pan
am not
stuff?
a tuner at all.
Any one of you guys?
When I retire from office, I'm going to take up that as a hobby. But no, but when you've gone through years of training, you get an understanding of what the pan's supposed to sound like. Even if you are not perfect pitch like Andre, you would know, because your scales are not functioning. They're not functioning the way they're supposed to.
And just say something, man.
And it's not just
taking all the words.
Right, but you would know, But I'm not a tuner. I'm not sure if Andrew or Duvon does
I'm
any
not a
tuning.
tuner.
They're professionals for that.
Yeah.
So if you're on tour and your pan,
You just pray to God it doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have an experience like that. I went to one of the times I went to the expo, because I went to the expo 3 times.
Okay.
And so I was in Dubai. When I got to Dubai, pan out of tune, specifically my A's, my A3 and my A4. Gone, right? They're just a little bit too sharp. almost sounding like B flat. Oh, Lord have mercy. That was, right? So I had to try and bear through that, try my best not to play my A's. And then I had to go and do a show in the UK, and that's a classical show. So I had to now go and get it tuned. So that's when I met Dudley. I went up by Dudley and had to get it tuned. And because from there I went to Italy to do a show in Italy.
So just say you ain't traveling, eh? See where you going? You see, come on.
I'm telling you, man. You're all the big shows.
So you had to hope for the best. But
let me ask a question. Any one of you guys ever traveled and when you arrived, your pan didn't come?
Yes.
Didn't come?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, they travel a lot, so they will experience that. I've not experienced that.
know.
There was once an airline in the Caribbean called Leah.
You're right. There was once an airline.
You're trying that too much. That's personal.
There was no Leah. There's a Leah 20.
I can say it now.
And Keegan is in here. That's personal.
But I finally got it back. I got it back.
Great.
A couple weeks came past. I got it back.
Not that bad.
A couple weeks. Yeah, a couple
had
weeks.
that kind of
Yeah,
experience, but I had
a couple
experiences with
weeks.
the pan.
Yeah, man. I was coming from Jamaica, and it came off a Dominica stop.
Leah 1974 Limited.
Yeah, that's it. Not Leah 20.
No, not Leah 20. A different company.
It took a couple weeks to get back to Trinidad to source it and to track it and come to Trinidad, and then after they called me about 2 or 3 weeks after, and I got it back.
That's good news.
It was uncomfortable, Papi.
You know, you sleep.
It was uncomfortable. But say what, man? There was once an airline called Leah.
1974 Limited.
Hey guys, on the outside, wherever you are right now, you're hearing the voices of some of the great panists around the world. And Sunday, you got to definitely, if you haven't gotten your ticket as yet, you got to make your way. You got to get that ticket. The physical tickets so far are sold out, which tells you a lot. Lots of folks are getting on board. So the online tickets now are available.
Yes, they are.
Tell the folks a little bit
so
about
the online tickets are on Jad Cash. Those of us who having trouble getting it for any reason, you could call 766-8085 and we will assist you. We will get it printed for you. With that, you more bank the money to the band and the band get the ticket printed. However, we have absolutely no physical tickets left. None whatsoever. So the support has been good so far from our citizens, and we like Duvan said earlier, it is being pay-per-view.
Okay,
so
just
persons
about to ask you
outside,
about that, 'cause I'm just hearing it
yeah.
for the first time, so that means I could be and take a peek.
Well,
Now you had to
here's
come
the
up on
bummer,
stage
right?
and play. You had to come up on stage and play the bumpy thing.
Here's the bummer though. It is geo-blocked in St. Kitts.
Nothing a VPN couldn't fix. It just.
Yeah. If you have the correct VPN.
He's not treating me well. Supposed to be my friend, but I'm losing friendship here.
So we are going to try for persons, to really just get them that code to get it here. But it will not be broadcasted in St. Kitts. So maybe if you go to Nevis, you'll be able to see it there,
Really?
but not on St. Kitts.
Oh, it's not the Federation.
Yeah.
All right,
but
I understand.
yeah, it will be a pay-per-view. It's the same $120 EC. And you convert that into whatever currency you have, and you see that live. We can't afford to miss this opportunity with these three great men playing on the same stage in St. Kitts. It's just a magical moment, and
Yes.
Ronnie, just to put some height to their accomplishments. In order, sitting by the table, there were the named champions 1, 2, and 3 Panorama in Trinidad recently.
It's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So you had
But you see how simple that is, that they didn't even pick it up.
they
Like
fell
that.
into place.
Okay.
Right, and I tell the band, I told the band, the stars will align themselves, and everything that has been happening has been aligning itself. 1, 2, 3, First place, Exodus. Second place, Renegades. Third place, Skippers.
Remember,
And
I'm just a drill master.
and it's
These are
just
the-
yeah,
These are the two arrangers. Here.
right, a drill master. But you know,
But I'll take my win.
Ain't say nothing, puppy.
Skipper, Julie, if you're watching, good afternoon, manage.
but
I don't know about
Juvan
you.
Stewart in the house.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when I come to play, I just play a mass, you know.
yeah, he was on the White House and everything. So,
Yeah, we playing a mass come Sunday. Come on.
but they like I said, the tickets are still available. I think. I hope I'm not shooting myself in the foot if persons haven't eaten them up already. But there's
We've
there's-
warned them.
there's- we warned you. I've been here for weeks pushing, and we're still encouraging you this last minute. It's a part of our culture. I don't know if it was
I know,
inherited back then.
yes.
Last minute, but
It's a
come on
Caribbean
out.
thing.
Yeah, come on out. Don't miss it. Don't say I have buy. I miss it. I don't want to hear you. Right? We are not going to recap this nowhere. So if you miss it, you just have to hear about it for the rest of the year. All right, maybe next year after Trinidad Panorama finish, we broadcast this concert. But definitely once in a lifetime opportunity for us here at Bank of Nevis EBJ Harmonics to really welcome these guys to the shows, welcome, share the stage with these guys and have it in the history books written down. So generations to come could remember, man, we had Duvan Stewart here, not only a music festival, but in the folds of the band, in the folds of the ECCB auditorium, and the ECCB filled with a lot of Caribbean nationals for sure.
Yes,
They are excited about it. So this show is set to be an awesome one, set to be a magical night, a night of musical brilliance, a night of artistry, a night of the arts. And we're talking from culinary come right up to visual, right? All of that will be on display at the Sir Cecil Jacobs Auditorium on Sunday. Remember, 5:30, cocktail, you come and mingle around, have a little chit-chat before you go inside and sit down and really soak in.
Meet the guys at least, maybe?
I'm not sure.
Are they waiting for that big
Yeah,
guy
they're
show?
waiting.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so...
All right.
But
They'll do that afterwards.
Yeah, some band members will be outside, so you get to meet the band, and really just enjoy that Opus wine. I need to have the opportunity to thank our sponsors: the Opus Wine, ZIZ, Freedom FM, Creative Economy, Valley Stent Rental, and of course the Bank of Nevis, our namesake. It's really just an opportunity to really encourage us as we encourage people. They would have supported and invested in us as we push that out through music, via Steel Pan, just to really touch everyone out there. I mean, we have a lot more persons that, small bites contributed to this. As we've been saying, financially it is strenuous, but the purpose is way bigger than anything.
Definitely.
Right? And I'm going on purpose. Right? All of us were here for a purpose, and we're going on purpose. These guys are here for a purpose. Something big is about to come out of this. They may not have seen it yet, but hopefully.
I think they're feeling it.
I'm feeling it.
They've
I'm
been-
feeling it.
I'm sure they've been welcomed with open arms. It's
Yeah.
St. Kitts, man.
Yeah,
We
it's
love
saying
you.
it's. So again, those of us who wondering still what to wear, dress and come. Put on your clothes and come. Just make sure you walk with your ears, walk with your hat.
Yeah.
'Cause two of them are
Open
going to be
mind.
touched.
Total open.
Total.
mind.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So we are here. From the Soul of My Pan is here. It's on Sunday, 5:30. On stage, showtime is at 6:37, 7. But the quality, allow myself just now. The cocktail part of it, that starts at 5:30. So you will get pan from start to end. Don't worry.
Get there early, guys.
Get there early.
Because you got to be seated. And
Yes, you gotta be
really
seated by
really
quarter
get that-
to 7.
Get that feeling of the surround sound. And it's going to be good.
It's gonna be
gonna
great.
be great. I'm feeling it. Hey, guys, on behalf of ZIZ management and staff, we thank you guys for coming in. This guy's a good guy. He's doing a lot for PAN, and I know, if you guys continue helping him, we can move some mountains.
MJ for president
of PAN. I got to be very careful.
Right?
Hey, listen, Trump is my president. Unfortunately.
Then anyone could be president.
Anybody can be president.
That is so true. Hey guys, thanks a lot for coming in,
Yeah,
man.
man, thank
and
you.
everybody
Thanks for
out
having us,
there,
man.
I hope you all going out this Sunday and be a part of this really momentous occasion. It's going to be great. I know. I can feel it. You got to hear PAN the way that it is played, and you will not be disappointed.
Definitely.
I guarantee you that. Take care, guys.
All right.
Thank you.